What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I have finally finished Attack on Titan. So if you found this video and you're still watching Attack on Titan, you haven't finished it, you might want to go on somewhere because we are talking about the final episodes of Attack on Titan. Episodes 25 through 30, and the last two episodes were like the final chapter, so they were hour-long episodes. Oh, this show, I can see why it's in a lot of people's top 10 anime. I can see why this is a lot of people's favorite anime. I can see why a lot of people say this is the GOAT of anime. But anyway, let's just jump into it. We trying to remember everything because I kept watching it. I could not stop. It was like, oh, this is getting suspenseful and good. But I think last week Connie kidnapped some kid, tried to take him off. Falco, he got a change of heart. So Eren commits the rumbling. He's got the Titans marching, trying to destroy the world. Everybody's like, oh man, we got to stop Eren. All these countries band together to try to stop Eren. The main group, which is God, what is his name? John, Armin, Mikasa, and all them, blah, blah, blah. Then you got Flock. God, I hate Flock. Flock is so annoying. Anyway, but you got all these people trying to stop Eren. They devised this plan to get all the Titans there to fight Eren. Meanwhile, people are still fighting about Eldians and all this stuff, and the world's ending, and people are still like, I don't trust these Eldians. But anyway, so they go on. They get this boat and get this airplane, and they go off. They get to Eren, and I'm jumping around a lot here. They get to Eren. They start fighting Eren. Annie, Flock, Gabi, and them, they stay behind. They're like, all right, we're tired. Like, Annie doesn't want to fight anymore. So they're going to get on this boat, and they're with the Asian people. I forget what they're called, but they're like going back to their home country, and I'm like, isn't that about to be destroyed? But I'm guessing if I had a map, they were behind the rumbling, and they were following behind it. Somehow, one way or another, Falco figures out he can fly. And they get on Falco, they talk Annie to going, and they get on Falco, and they fly off to go help everybody fight Eren. Eren talks to everybody, he's like, hey, you guys can oppose me if you want to, but I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm giving you guys free will, because they were like, why doesn't Eren just stop us? And he's like, you got free will, do whatever you want. So they fight, found out the founder, Ymir, is trying to stop them. And they had this real good plan, but Ymir was just like, nah, we gonna stop this. And then she summons all these Titans to, like, all the previous 9 Titans to, like, fight them. And it's like turns into a shonen anime at this point. Like, they're fighting. Armin goes into the spirit world or wherever, the Titan dream space, and he talks to Zeke. And Zeke is like, oh, this is the stuff that's happening, blah, blah, blah. This is so funny. Zeke agrees to help Armin because he was like, this isn't what I really wanted, so I'm going to help you. Zeke comes out of Eren's body somehow or some way, and I'm just so confused of how these powers work at the end. But Zeke comes out, he looks around, he sees everybody's like, that's Zeke. He sees Levi, and he's like, hey, Levi, nice to see you. I know you're not happy to see me. Levi instantly cuts off this man's head, like no hesitation. The rumbling stops. They blow up Eren's head from the founder Titan or whatever, and then this giant worm comes, this parasitic worm comes out of his, like, body. And, like, what is that? What is that? And I don't know. I really don't know what it was, but it was some kind of worm that was, like, trying to get to Eren's head. And I'm guessing it had something to do with Ymir. I don't know. But it was just this giant transportal worm with feelers and stuff, and it was trying to get to Eren. So they're trying to. One of the funny things, the Reiner tries to stop it, and his armor breaks. And then somebody, I think John was like, man, for somebody with the name of Armored Titan, it sure does break a lot. I just thought that was hilarious. But anyway, they fight. They go through the motions, blah, blah, blah. This worm starts releasing this gas, and I think I skipped over because Armin blew up Eren because Colossal Titan has the power to be a nuclear bomb or whatever. So he blows up Eren. The worm starts spewing this gas, and everybody's like, "Oh, it's the spinal fluid gas." Ackermans are immune to it, and already Titans are immune to it. So they fly off. Everybody gets turned into a Titan. They rush. Like it just becomes one big battle. They end up. Mikasa ends up. They do this big plan to get inside Eren's mouth because they figure out that's where the body of Eren is. Mikasa gets into Eren's mouth, cuts off his head, and she straight up kisses it. She's like, "I love you, Eren," and kisses it. And then they try to figure out what to do next. Everything stopped. Eren successfully kills 80% of the world. Only 20% is left. And everybody has the same dream. Apparently, Eren has been going to everybody, having conversations with them, being like, "Hey, this is why I'm really doing this. This is my real plan." Having one-on-one talks with them, and then erasing their memories. And this is one point of like, I feel like the author was like, "Hey, I got a cool idea, but I think it's too late. Let's do flashbacks." And then, you can kind of do whatever you want in a flashback and be like, "Oh, actually, this is what happened because flashback." But anyway, so Eren was going off talking to everybody. And I do feel like the final battle with Eren was anticlimactic. Because, they had this big fight and that was real cool. But Eren himself did not fight. Like, he was this giant founder Titan. And you find out that he wasn't even summoning the Titans. It was Ymir. But anyway, so Mikasa cuts off the head. She's like, "Hey, I'm going to take Eren's head so I can give him a proper burial because if we leave him here, that's going to happen." They're going to do whatever. Mikasa runs off. Armin and the rest of the world, they're like, "All right, well, let's start rebuilding population, I guess," and blah, blah, blah. Credits roll, and there's like post-credit scenes where you watch like the civilization get built up and blah blah blah. You get to see Mikasa old age and die, all this stuff, blah blah blah. At the end, the last credit scene, you see Paradis Island gets a nuclear bomb dropped on it, and then that's it. Now, I know this show is about like war never changes, blah blah blah. But I'm like, what was the point of everything? like, what was the point of everything if they still get nuclear bombs dropped on them like thousands of years from now? It's like, why did you show us that? You could have just let us believe that everybody was off happy, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it was a good show. I really digged Attack on Titan. I kicking myself that I stopped watching it when it originally came out. It was so good. Not one of my top 10s, but it is up there. It's a little dark, but I don't mind dark anime. But I usually don't recommend a lot of dark anime. I think the darkest thing I can recommend is To Your Eternity, and that's just sad. It's not dark. But again, I enjoyed it. It was a very good ride. I'm glad I got to watch it as it was done. I will definitely say solid anime, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 because your main character was unlikable throughout the whole season. A lot of stuff was pointless, and it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. But anyway, What should I watch next, guys? Let me know. I will be showing you guys how I picked my anime for the new season coming up here soon in October. So we'll be